On August 19th, 1153, the long-anticipated moment arrived as Baldwin III of Jerusalem finally captured the city of Ascalon. The siege lasted 6 grueling months, where Baldwin III showcased his determination and strategy against the resilient Ascaloni defenders. Baldwin, a young king in his 20s, wore the regal colors of the Kingdom of Jerusalem, embodying leadership and valor. The strategic aim of capturing Ascalon was to secure the southern border of the Kingdom of Jerusalem, enhancing its safety against Muslim forces. Ascalon, vital for trade and military strategy, promised valuable plunder upon its capture, motivating the Crusader forces. Defending Ascalon was an older man, the Ascaloni defender, who played a crucial role in resisting Baldwin's forces throughout the siege. The mood in the Crusader camp was tense, but hope flickered with every breach and every piece of territory gained during the siege. Baldwin's ability to inspire his soldiers was evident. His presence lifted their spirits during the long, exhausting months of siege warfare. Each assault on the city was met with fierce resistance from the Ascaloni defenders, who were determined to protect their homeland at all costs. After months of fierce battles, Baldwin III's forces finally began to gain the upper hand, narrowing the options for the Ascaloni defenders. The defenders of Ascalon, led by the older defender, fought valiantly to hold the walls, their resolve unyielded despite dwindling supplies. As the siege progressed, Baldwin III discovered new strategies that exploited weaknesses in the city's defenses, leading to pivotal moments of conquest. The siege's toll on both sides was immense, with losses on both ends affecting morale and prompting desperate measures. After months of perseverance, the fortifications of Ascalon began to show signs of weakness, encouraging Baldwin and his troops further. Baldwin III's strategic brilliance shone through as he implemented surprise attacks that broke the morale of the Ascaloni defenders. As battles raged on, Baldwin's forces encountered unexpected challenges, testing their fortitude and commitment to their cause. Baldwin III knew that each assault could spell disaster for his forces, yet he remained steadfast, encouraging his soldiers through the darkest moments of the siege. The final assault approached, with Baldwin urging his troops to muster every ounce of courage and resolve for the fight ahead. On the verge of a historic victory, Baldwin III's forces prepared to charge, the air thick with adrenaline and anticipation. The siege of Ascalon was not just a battle for land, but symbolized the struggle between the Crusaders and Muslim forces, with significant implications for the Kingdom of Jerusalem. The capture of Ascalon would greatly alter the course of territorial dynamics in the region, granting Baldwin III a crucial advantage. A victorious takeover was on the horizon, shedding light on the kingdom's increasing strength and Moro-Holy Land relations. With the approach of the final assault, Baldwin III summoned his commanders for a critical strategy meeting under the shelter of a large tent, where maps and battle plans were spread out upon a wooden table. As the commanders finalized their strategy, Baldwin emphasizes the importance of unity among his troops, inspiring them to fight for their homeland and the future of the Kingdom of Jerusalem. As the plan takes shape, the soldiers receive the final rallying speech from Baldwin, igniting a fierce spirit among them as they prepare for the impending battle. With the plan set, Baldwin leads his forces in a coordinated maneuver towards the city, positioning archers and cavalry for maximum impact. As they near the city gates, Baldwin signals the archers to fire, a rain of arrows descending upon the defenders and creating chaos in their ranks. With their defenses compromised, Baldwin orders the cavalry to charge through the breach created by the initial assault, pushing deep into Ascalon. Inside Ascalon, the Ascaloni defenders rally under the leadership of their aging commander, attempting to fortify their positions against the fierce attack. The combat intensifies as Baldwin's forces breach the first line of defenses, clashing with the weary but determined Ascaloni defenders in desperate hand-to-hand combat. Despite the Ascaloni defenders' valor, Baldwin's forces begin to push them back, taking control of key strategic locations within the city. Realizing the battle is turning against them, the Ascaloni defenders fall back to the heart of the city, regrouping under the aging commander's leadership. As Baldwin's forces consolidate their gains, they conduct reconnaissance to identify the remaining pockets of resistance as the siege reaches its climax. Baldwin III, sensing an opportunity, leads a swift flank around the remaining defenders to cut them off from potential escape routes. Meanwhile, the Ascaloni defenders, realizing they are surrounded, begin to lose morale amid the relentless advance of Baldwin's forces. Baldwin, assessing the situation, urges his troops to press on with fervor, emphasizing the importance of this victory for the kingdom of Jerusalem's future. With a final surge of determination, Baldwin's forces launch a decisive attack on the stronghold where the Ascaloni defenders have retreated, breaking through their defenses. In an intense hand-to-hand combat, as the assault reaches its peak, Baldwin's forces overpower the defenders, marking the turning point in the siege. As the defenders begin to falter under the relentless assault, Baldwin rallies his troops, calling for one final push to secure Ascalon. With newfound vigor, Baldwin's forces break through the last line of defense, pushing into the heart of Ascalon, where the battle reaches its climax. Finally, as the walls of the stronghold crumble, one last Ascaloni defender emerges, bravely challenging Baldwin and his men, determined to defend his home. Baldwin, recognizing the defender's valor, engages him in a fierce duel, both men embodying the relentless spirit of their respective causes. As the duel continues, Baldwin finally gains the upper hand, his determination and bravery shining through as he disarms the defender. With the stronghold taken, Baldwin III declares victory, leading his forces in a triumphant demonstration amidst the ruins of Ascalon, securing the city and the southern border. The momentous day begins at dawn, with rays of sunlight slowly creeping over the horizon, illuminating the battleground of Ascalon. The air is thick with anticipation, tension palpable among Baldwin's soldiers as they prepare for the final assault. They sharpen their weapons and whisper prayers, rallying each other for what lies ahead. As the dawn breaks, Baldwin III stands before his assembled commanders, presenting a detailed battle plan with maps spread out across a small wooden table. He speaks passionately, instilling confidence and courage in his men, urging them to fight for their faith and the future of the kingdom. Baldwin, now atop his steed, raises his sword high in the air, rallying his troops with fervent chants of encouragement. The sound of armor clinking and horses snorting reverberates as they prepare to charge, embodying the spirit of the crusaders ready to vanquish their foes. With a deafening battle cry, Baldwin orders the attack. His archers unleash a barrage of arrows, which rain down on the Ascaloni defenders, instilling chaos within the city walls as the cavalry thrusts forward, breaking through their defenses. Inside Ascalon, the aging commander shouts orders, rallying the defenders to fortify their positions. They grip their weapons tighter, readying themselves for the incoming wave as fear and despair begin to creep in. As the battle intensifies, Baldwin exploits tactical vulnerabilities, dispatching troops to flank the Ascaloni defenders. His careful planning shows signs of success as the defenders begin to falter under relentless pressure. With the Ascaloni defenses collapsing, Baldwin signals for a decisive charge into the heart of the city. His forces move with synchronized precision, each soldier driven by the promise of victory and plunder. As the climactic battle ensues, Baldwin confronts the lone Ascaloni defender in a fierce duel. Skill and determination clash as both display extraordinary resolve, neither willing to yield ground. Baldwin, with a swift movement, disarms his opponent, securing victory in the duel. Cheers erupt from his soldiers as he stands over the fallen defender, a symbol of triumph against adversity. With the fall of Ascalon, Baldwin leads his forces to explore the city. They uncover massive plunder, securing resources that will bolster the kingdom of Jerusalem, leading to celebrations among the troops. As the sun sets on the day of victory, Baldwin III stands on the walls of Ascalon, contemplating the significance of the city's capture. This triumph solidifies his position as a formidable leader and protector of the kingdom of Jerusalem. In the aftermath, Baldwin gathers with his advisors to discuss the next steps for the kingdom. There is a renewed sense of purpose among the Crusaders as they look ahead to fortifying their gains and strategizing future campaigns. Word of the victory spreads throughout the kingdom, with messengers dispatched to relay news back home. The capture of Ascalon is heralded as a profound success, inspiring fervor among supporters of the crusade. As Baldwin III surveys the fortified city of Ascalon, he reflects on its strategic importance. With its capture, the southern borders of his kingdom are secured, reinforcing the Crusader stronghold against looming threats. Baldwin's success in Ascalon transforms him from a youthful king to a celebrated military leader. His victory consolidates his reign and revitalizes the spirit of the Crusaders, who now rally behind him with newfound fervor. In recognition of the victory, Baldwin III strengthens alliances with neighboring Christian states. His diplomatic efforts pave the way for further joint campaigns in the Holy Land, promising a united front against adversaries. Baldwin's triumph at Ascalon is marked in history as a significant turning point in the Crusader states. The resources gained from the capture provide essential support for future crusades and military campaigns, bolstering the kingdom of Jerusalem's stability. As scholars and historians begin to document the events at Ascalon, Baldwin III's methods and strategies become studied for their ingenuity and valor, solidifying his legacy as a key figure in the Crusades. The capture of Ascalon influences the geopolitical landscape of the region. Baldwin's victory not only secures his reign, but imbues the Crusader states with renewed resolve to defend and expand their territories. As the kingdom of Jerusalem thrives following the victory at Ascalon, Baldwin III emerges as a beacon of hope and leadership. His triumph acts as a rallying point for Christians in the region, strengthening their resolve against future threats. Ultimately, the events of August 19, 1153, mark a major historical milestone. Baldwin III's victory at Ascalon reshapes the balance of power in the Holy Land, setting the stage for future confrontations between the Crusaders and Muslim forces.